One Punch Man might just be one of the craziest and most entertaining anime ever made. But what if I told you there's a lot better out there? What if you still haven't scratched the surface yet? Well, if you enjoy the comedic scenes, intense battles, or simply Saitama, then here are 10 different anime that are definitely going to pique your interest. And believe me, by the end of this video, we'll be left with multiple masterpieces you wouldn't even know where to start. But I do know where to begin, because at number 10, we've got Medaka Box. Although this series might seem kinda slow-paced from the start, you might come to love it as the show progresses. At first glance, it just looks like your regular high school anime. But halfway in, it turns into a full-on battle shonen where the main character, Medaka Kurakami, becomes, well, basically unbeatable. She's a genius, a fighter, and somehow always 10 steps ahead. And the best part? The show constantly breaks its own rules, even acing the entire concept of main character perfection. Think of it as One Punch Man meets My Hero Academia, but with more chaos and characters who keep saying, wait, how is that even possible? By Season 2, the fights get wild, powers start bending reality, and the writing turns meta in the best way possible. It's stylish, clever, and one of the most slept-on anime out there. Number 9. Arifureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest. Now this one's a lot darker than the previous one. Our MC, Hajime Nagumo, starts off as your typical weakest kid in the class, who gets betrayed by one of his classmates and thrown into the abyss. But instead of dying, he survives, evolves, and turns into an absolute monster. He crafts weapons, eats monsters, and climbs back up as one of the most powerful beings in the entire world. Arifureta is the ultimate glow-up story. If you enjoy transformations like from shy to badass type, this is definitely your guy. Just like One Punch Man, this has the same underdog to god tier transformation. Hajime's strength doesn't just make him powerful, it makes him unreachable. And yet, the show doesn't forget the emotional side, that loneliness that comes with being on a level no one else can reach. So, yeah, if you want overpowered energy mixed with revenge and dark humor, this is the one. Moving on, we've got Cautious Hero. Okay, this one's pure comedy gold. Imagine Saitama's strength but mixed with crippling anxiety. The protagonist, Seiya, is absurdly overpowered. He can one-shot almost anything, but he won't fight until he's trained, prepared, and has backup plans for his backup plans. He's the type of guy who'd nuke a slime just to make sure it's really dead. And that's what makes this anime so funny. It plays with every isekai trope and turns it into straight-up peak. But don't be fooled. When things get serious, it actually hits hard. The emotional payoff near the end was unexpectedly good. So yeah, if you love One Punch Man's mix of ridiculous humor and big emotion, Cautious Hero should be your next pick. But the next on this list is even better. Kenichi, the mightiest disciple. Before One Punch Man, there was Kenichi. This anime is all about training. Brutal and hilarious training. Kenichi starts off weak, constantly bullied, until he joins a dojo run by some of the craziest martial artists you'll ever meet. And from there, it's pure grind. Every punch, every fall, every defeat pushes him forward until he becomes a walking powerhouse. What makes it special is the heart. It's not just about raw power, but how Kenichi earns it. If Saitama became strong through 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, Kenichi did it through absolute torture. It's inspirational, funny, and packed with some of the best hand-to-hand fights in older anime. Number 6. Hitori no Shita, the Outcast. Here's one a lot of people don't even know exists. Hitori no Shita is a Chinese anime that blends supernatural martial arts with mystery and dark humor. The story follows Zhang Chulan, an ordinary guy who finds himself caught in a world full of people with strange powers. And let's just say, not all of them are friendly. But Zhang isn't your average hero. He's unpredictable, clever, and stronger than he looks. The fights are fluid, the tone constantly switches between serious and funny, and the story keeps you guessing. It's got that same balance One Punch Man nails, between high-stakes action and goofy chaos. And once it gets going, you'll be hooked. Definitely underrated. Speaking of underrated though, the Eminence in Shadow is one of them. Now we're entering main character built different territory. The Eminence in Shadow follows Sid, a guy obsessed with playing the cool mastermind from the shadows. But the twist? Everything he pretends to make up turns out to be real. He's out here living his fantasy, slaying cults, running secret organizations, while everyone else thinks he's just a background character. Yeah, it's dark, stylish, and straight up hilarious because he's completely unaware of how powerful he actually is. It's got that I'm not trying, but I'm still better than everyone energy. the same thing that makes Saitama so fun to watch. If you want power fantasy and a masterpiece blended into one chaotic story, you should give this one a shot. Number 4, haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. Yeah, it's one of those shows. But trust me, it's absolutely a fun watch. I'll make this one quick. Sakamoto isn't a superhero. He's just perfect. Everything he does somehow turns legendary. He makes bullies trip, dodges attacks by accident, and always looks cool doing it. And that's why One Punch Man fans will love him. It's not about fighting, it's about pure, effortless dominance. Sakamoto's aura and absurd coolness make every episode feel like Saitama went to high school. Moving on, we've got the daily life of the Immortal King. Now this one feels like a love letter to One Punch Man fans. Our main guy, Wang Ling, is so strong he could destroy the world by sneezing. Yeah, that's strong. But instead of flexing, he just wants to live a peaceful high school life, eat noodles, and avoid attention. Of course, that never works. Villains and rivals keep showing up, and every time, he ends it in seconds without breaking a sweat. The show somehow still balances comedy, chaos, and power flexing, while secretly building a really deep story underneath. Number 2, Blood Lad. Blood Lad is that anime nobody talks about, but everyone should. Meet Stas, a vampire who's obsessed with Japanese culture. He's supposed to be this terrifying ruler of a demon territory, but instead, he's watching anime and reading manga all day. When a human girl accidentally wanders into his world and dies, he decides to bring her back. And that's when things get crazy. It's action-packed, funny, and full of that. I could destroy you if I felt like it. Confidence. The fights are creative, the world is weird, and Stas's laid-back attitude makes every scene pop. It's short, fast, and seriously underrated. If you love Saitama's chill but deadly energy, Blood Lad really delivers. And finally, the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Yeah, at the top of the list is the king of overpowered main characters himself, Anos Voldegod. This guy is simply broken. He reincarnates 2,000 years after his death, walks into school, and everyone doubts him. Until he literally kills someone with his heartbeat. Everything he does is pure flex. He's confident, ruthless, and somehow funny about it. But underneath that, there's a real story about identity, loyalty, and legacy. Anos doesn't just overpower enemies, he humiliates them in that calm, smug way only an anime god can. If you ever wished Saitama was a demon king with a sense of style, this is it, hands down, one of the most entertaining power fantasies ever made. So yeah, those were 10 anime masterpieces similar to One Punch Man, and every single one has that spark. That mix of insanity that keeps you watching till 3 a.m. If you enjoyed this list, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which one you're watching first. And hey, if you thought this list was wild, check out this one to see 10 anime similar to Kaiju number 8.